Welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with head softball coach Bill Edwards. Coach, how's it going?
Things are going well. Just got finished with another good practice, so we're excited to get going.
And entering your 23rd season here as the head coach at Hofstra, but is opening day still special even after all these years?
It's like a major league player. You know, opening day is what you look forward to. It's what you practice for. It's what you train for. It's something that really gets the blood and the juices going, and we're really excited to get it going.
And opening day is this Saturday against 21st ranked Louisville, among many other talented opponents you'll face, especially in the preseason, a really tough non-conference schedule. So what are you just looking forward to with this first tournament?
Well, we're looking forward to winning some games, hopefully. You know, that's what we go for. We play every game as hard as we can play it, and we want to compete, we want to play well, and if the score comes out when we're ahead, then that's even better. But you know, we want to have a great preseason, not only to get ready for conference play, but to get our RPI where it needs to be later on during the course of the year, where we might be able to get an at-large bid. We have a lot of tough teams that we're going to be playing, a lot of BCS schools, and we're excited to meet the challenge.
You have a veteran team, a lot of experience across the board, infield, outfield, especially on the pitching staff. And just how much, for a coach, how much of a comfort is it to know that you have these experienced players coming back and they can draw from last year's experiences?
You know, Brian, we're about our second week into practice, and I'm saying, boy, we're looking really good here. And I was trying to figure out what it was that our system was solid. We were making all great decisions with the ball. We were reading signs. We were really executing the entire game very, very well. And then I started to look and evaluate. And I'm saying, we got a lot of juniors and seniors out there. And when you have juniors and seniors that are going to be very influential in the crux of your season, it was something that was really great to watch, because now you can fine tune, you can work on little things, you can work some of your younger players a little bit harder, knowing that you have a seasoned veteran there that will be able to carry the load during the year. But I was very, very impressed, and I really like having the experienced team. It's really the first time that we've had this many juniors and seniors in a lineup in quite a while here.
And the strength of the team seems to be the pitching staff. Olivia Galati's coming back. She's only a junior. Erin Wade's a senior. Those two pitched over 99% of the innings for you last year, both of them returning this year.
And both are looking very good. Erin Wade right now is throwing the ball better than she's thrown it in her 3 years here. She looks great. So we're really excited about the year that Erin's going to have. Olivia already comes with some honors and some accolades, and she's going to have to push herself now real hard to get to that next level of play that we're going to expect her to get to. You can rest on your laurels for the last 2 years, and then it's time for you to step up and really take your game to the next level. If she does that, and if the team responds to that next level, which is the Louisvilles and the Tennessees and the Michigan, these are the teams that Erin and Olivia are going to have to go out there, pitch well against. We're going to have to score a couple of runs in order to take our entire game to the next level to play with these big schools.
And I guess it doesn't speak well to her track record that Olivia last year came out really strong out of the gate, even as a freshman, played really well in those early season tournaments. And like you said, you have a lot of talented opponents, even UCLA on the schedule. Mm-hmm. So I guess how important is it having that experience that these pitchers have performed well early on in the past?
You can't coach experience, and pitching and certain positions on the field, you have to have the experience there in order to perform at a very high level, particularly against some of these top teams. You can't coach experience, so you have to, hopefully over her first 2 years, and now Erin has 3 years under her belt, and you hope that they start to figure it out by the time that they become juniors. So now we have a junior senior pitcher, which is outstanding. So we're hoping that their experience will sort of be a catalyst to the team and settle the team down. If they can make the big pitch at the right time to the big hitter, the runners in scoring position, the bottom of the 7th inning for us to win a game, then that's what it's all about. And that's what we're going to ask them to do. They're going to have to carry us. Both Erin and Olivia are going to have to carry us. They're going to have to pitch great games. If we don't get a good pitching performance, we have no shot at winning the game. Okay, because we're not going to be able to hit ourselves into games against the teams that we're going to be seeing. So they're going to have to pitch it, and we're going to have to play great defense in order to be competitive.
And talk about the infield now, because you have a lot of familiar faces, but just playing in some different spots as you change it around, give you a little bit of a different look. Just talk about your expectations for the infield.
It's a whole new infield. We go with, some of the same names and places, names and faces that were there last year, but it's a whole new infield. We were, working all sorts of combinations early, trying to figure out, okay, what is the most natural, what looks best, who is performing, the best at each position, and we finally settled into an infield that I think has the potential to be a very good infield. Becca Bigler, who was out last year with mono, our left fielder, started off last year. She's going to be starting at third base for us. That now takes Krista Thorne, who was our third baseman last year, and we're going to push her over to shortstop. Toy Rocha, who was a utility player last year, has really come on and has played a great second base, so she's the new face in the infield. And everybody's saying, you mean to tell me, Coach, that you're moving Jess Hurstfield, one of the best second basemen in the country, over to first base? Yeah, I am. And she was willing to do it, and it was something that we're excited for, and she really has solidified the entire infield. So we're excited. We don't know how it's going to pan out. We have other people that are competing for those positions, but I really like the way things are looking now. During the preseason practices.
What does that say about the character of your players? Because, like you said, a player like Jess, who first team All-CAA, really impressive numbers at playing second base. Now she's trying to replace a really productive player over at first base, and they don't bat an eyelid when you ask when you ask them to move like that. So I guess what does that say about the character that really successful players have no problems changing things up?
They want to win, and they know. And will do whatever it takes to win. They're all fierce competitors. We also recruit the culture of our program, and the culture of our program is team-oriented, where it's not about the individual, it's about the team. It's about the individual taking care of themselves, making them the best possible player that they can be, and then contributing to the team. So Jess is part of that culture where wherever you need me, I'm going to play, and I'll do whatever it is to help this team win. Because we do want our individuals to be the best that they can possibly be, which then makes our team that much stronger. And if everybody buys into the chemistry of, I need to win, okay, we need to win, and I'll do whatever it takes to win, a very simple position change is a minor issue compared to the total picture.
And just getting back to what you said before about how important Erin and Olivia will be leading the pitching staff and really driving the team, you have a catcher now in Courtney Cruz entering her senior season, really looking to increase her role as well.
She looks great. I mean, she is the consummate team player. She caught a bad break last year because she was competing with Laura Valentino for the starting position, and then she has an injury which takes her out for the first half of the season. Very accomplished catcher, is handling both Olivia and Erin tremendously, and during preseason has a phenomenal knowledge of the game. Very heads up, smart, heady, can not only accept the system and play the system the way that it is designed to be, but can also add to it with her, knowledge of the game. Very cerebral player, very good player, and just a great kid.
And looking now at the outfield, you have a lot of continuity there. Many returning players who played really big roles for you last year. And just what are your expectations for that unit?
Outfield solid. I mean, outfield has Tessa back in right, who is looking unbelievable. Rachel, back in center field along with Michelle Lavagnino, and DJ Slew is going to be in there. So we have some competition out there, and it's just a real good feeling because sometimes the outfield gets overlooked, but when you have the outfielders that we have with the ability that they brought to us for the last couple of years, really, I feel very confident about them, not only from a defensive standpoint, but from an offensive standpoint. A lot of times you get into a situation with a winning run on second base and a base hit, and the outfielder's got to come up and have that game-winning throw out, to prevent the walk-off. And we've been working hard on that. And to have those four experienced players out there really adds tremendously to our defensive system.
And talk about your freshmen now and what they can provide as far as adding depth or giving you options late in games for matchups or lineup changes just to give players a rest.
I'll tell you who is looking unbelievable now is Erin Trippi. She's going to back up Courtney early on, but the way she's hitting the ball at times in practices, I mean, I wouldn't want to be throwing to her. She's really is looking great. She has a lot to learn behind the plate, but she has a great work ethic, and she'll sit back and work as hard as she has to work. She has a great mentor and tutor in Courtney to work with her. So she's going to get there. She's getting better every day. She's working hard at it. If she's going to help us early in the year, it's probably going to be with her stick because she's looking very, very good hitting. We have a couple other freshmen that are challenging. Lindsay Reed has been hurt, and she's been playing a little bit over third base, but she's in a situation where she's probably going to be a little bit of while getting into the lineup because of her injury that she had with a broken bone in her hand. And we have a pitcher, Dominique Ficaro, who we're hoping is going to be able to eat up some innings, later on during the course of the year. She's beginning now to really, get some good nasty stuff going, pitching wise. So, she'll be able to eat up some innings and hopefully take some pressure off of Aaron and Olivia.
Just talk about the dynamic of the lineup, because you lose a lot of power from last year, but a lot of your top average hitters, 9 of the top 10, are coming back. So you'll definitely be a team that can put the ball in play, that can get on base. And I guess, do you envision your lineup changing just a little bit from a power-oriented to a more manufacturing runs?
I think we'll play the game as it comes. We've been working real hard on our short game. We've been working on bunts and slaps and advancing runners. We've always been known as a hit-and-run team, but we've been working hard on our short game. And I think what we'll do is probably play the game as it comes. Do we get a leadoff double? Do we get a leadoff single? Do we get a walk? And whatever transpires during the course of the game, we'll then ask the next hitter coming into that role to either maybe move the runner over, which we haven't done a lot of, or maybe we'll just let our hitter in depending on whether or not we're hitting or whether or not we're in slumps and whatever the situation arises. So we're in a good situation because we can put 12 hitters in the batter's box, which are really going to, I think, have very good seasons. I'd rather have a good average hitter that makes contact and will hit an occasional bomb for you and can also put a bunt down. And I think we have a lot of that 1 through 9. So we're actually 1 through 12 or 13. So we're excited with some of our depth too.
Well, thank you, Coach Edwards, and thank you, fans, for watching the WB Mason Coaches Report with head coach Bill Edwards.